Duco Events. Duco Events, also known as Duco Boxing or Duco, is an event promotions company led by the co-founder and current owner, New Zealand entrepreneur David Higgins. The company mostly promotes corporate events like celebrity dinners, charity balls and galas, as well as sporting events for rugby, cricket and most notably boxing. They have hosted major events including Brisbane Global Rugby Tens, NRL Auckland Nines, Joseph Parker vs Andy Ruiz and David Tua vs Shane Cameron. Business relationships. Duco was founded by David Higgins and John McRae in 2004, and they promoted their first boxing event, David Tua vs Shane Cameron, on 3 October 2009. McRae and his executive production company VADA sold their interest in Duco Events following the David Tua vs Friday Aha fight and acquired a stake in Sky Arena, a Sky TV pay-per-view company, and also founded a sports broadcaster and tournament platform WWW Let's Play live in 2015. In 2014, Duco signed Martin Sneddon to become the new CEO of the company. In 2016, Duco Events paired up with Bob Arum of Top Rank to co-promote Joseph Parker vs Andy Ruiz Jr. and Parker vs Kajanu. After the Parker vs Ruiz Jr. world title fight, Sneddon stepped down as CEO. After Parker vs Ruiz and Kajanu, Lonergan and Higgins decided to part ways. Lonergan went on to create D&L Events in Australia and is the main promoter for Jeff Horn. Higgins continues to run Duco Events in New Zealand and work with Joseph Parker. At the end of Parker's 6-year fight deal with Duco, he signed a 3-fight deal with Eddie Hearn and Mushroom Sport, with Higgins taking a management role within Team Parker. Boxing. In January 2009, Duco Events announced that David Tua will fight against Shane Cameron, with this being the biggest boxing event in New Zealand history at the time. The fight was originally scheduled for June at Waikato Stadium, however, due to Shane Cameron injuring his hand, it was postponed to October at Mystery Creek. The event was quite successful, with Duco Events turning a profit. After making his professional debut in 2012, Joseph Parker signed a 6-year fight contract with Duco. Duco Events has promoted 20 boxing events, majority of them having Parker as the main event. In this time, Parker won the New Zealand heavyweight title, 6 regional boxing titles, a world heavyweight title. When the contract expired, David Higgins helped Parker sign with Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. In August 2013, Duco signed a 6-year fight deal with Robert Berridge. While with Duco, Berridge has competed in 4 of their boxing events and won 2 regional titles. Slightly under a year and a half with Duco, the contract was terminated after an alcohol-fueled incident by Robert Berridge at one of Duco's events. In 2014, Jeff Horn signed a multi-year deal with Duco. While under Duco, Horn fought 7 times in New Zealand and won 6 regional titles. After the split between Higgins and Lonergan, Horn stayed with Dean Lonergan in Australia under Duco Australia, later called D&L Events. In 2014, Izeb Bugno signed with Duco. While with Duco, he fought on 8 of Duco's boxing events and won 3 regional titles. In December 2016, Huguenot decided to leave Duco and sign with a new promoter. In 2014, Duco signed David Lettel. Lettel mostly used a wrestling-like gimmick called the Brown Batavian. In his time with Duco, he had 5 corporate fights, 20 professional fights and 1 exhibition, most times fighting local corporate boxers. This was originally an experiment to help raise revenue and sell tickets. It effectively worked and also helped Lettel lose over 90 kg. In 2016, Lettel stopped fighting local fighters and started fighting legitimate professional boxers. Lettel eventually retired after a loss to Manu Vatuvei in 2018. Other sporting events. In 2014, Duco Events began an annual rugby league sporting event called NRL Auckland Nines. The inaugural event was successful with over $9 million return. In 2017, the event ceased to continue due to lack of interest from the general public, which essentially made the event flop. There was an idea to move the event to Australia, however the event has not happened since. In 2017, Duco Events began another annual event, this time in rugby called Brisbane Global Rugby Tens. At the inaugural event, only half capacity of tickets were sold. The 2018 event still went ahead, but the event took a hiatus in 2019, but it is unknown if the event will return. In 2019, Duco hosted the Celebrity 2020 cricket event where rugby legends would take cricket legends in a T20 cricket match. The match took place on 25 January 2019 at the Hagley Oval. The event was considered a successful, all 9,000 tickets sold out. Corporate events. As well as sporting events, Duco have hosted a variety of celebrity dinners, charity dinners, galas and balls. Some of the celebrities include Bob Geldof, Mick Fleetwood, John Key, Richard Branson, Nigella Lawson, and many more. One of the celebrities that they have worked with, Gordon Ramsay, cancelled on a charity fundraiser that was hosted by Duco. David Higgins and John McRae took Ramsay and his agent to the New Zealand High Court with a claim of $2.02 million, which was later settled after Ramsay flew to New Zealand for mediation, whiwhich saw a 15-hour negotiation before a resolution was achieved.